This video is sponsored by none other than Lead Heroes, you guys. Lead Heroes has got you covered when it comes to telemarketed leads and virtual staffing. On the lead side, whether it be Medicare supplement leads, final expense leads, turning 65 leads, they just got something for everybody. They can also actually have you plug in with one of their virtual staff members on the staffing side to where you can pay by the hour for one of their trained and very well vetted staff members to help you out in your business in a virtual assistant format. Just because you watch this video, they're going to give you 10% off any order you make on their website. Link to the site can be found down in the description, so go ahead and check them out. What's up, guys? Christian Brindle here. Hope you guys are having a great day, a great start to your week. I am joined, as promised, by Shauna. Shauna is the founder of socialwavesmedia.com, and Shauna is a straight up for lack of a better word, guru expert in the field of digital marketing and online social media advertising. And I recently had the pleasure of going through her course, and I learned a ton of stuff I didn't know before. I've been running Facebook ads, as a lot of you guys know, for years, but there's always more you can learn, and there's always people that know more. And so I learned a lot of really good stuff through it. And the main purpose of me getting into it was, as many of you know, we're very Medicare focused in my office. So we run a lot of Medicare ads. I really needed some help just kind of positioning the ACA ads as we start to get more into that. Shauna's course really focuses pretty heavy on that. There's Medicare stuff too, but and I've been running ads for about a week now. And so far we're getting ad leads for about $13 a lead, which I'm very happy with. I've always said I'd rather pay $10 to $15 a lead and get a higher intent lead than pay $5, $6 a lead and the intent's maybe not there. But we're still tweaking things and still just kind of learning, but we've had good results so far. So Shauna, without further ado, I'm just going to kind of turn this baby over to you. I know you have a training put together for us, and I'm just going to kind of let you run with it.
All right, perfect. Well, I'm super happy to hear that you are off to a really good start. And those results are only going to get better, as I talk about in the course, how you can make key decisions to optimize different elements to continuously bring that cost per lead down. But right. For you guys that are just meeting me, yes, I am the CEO and founder of Social Waves Media, and I launched my digital marketing agency in 2017. And in that time period, myself and my team, we've been focused on one thing, and that is lead generation through social media advertising. I'm an expert across multiple different platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. And I've ran lead generation ads for multiple different industries. And it was just last year in 2022 that I met Luis Moreno, and he's been an insurance agent since 1999. And his primary lines of business are ACA and Medicare. And in just a very short period of time of working together, within 1 month, we were able to reduce his cost per lead by 75%. And also create a system that allows your new leads to actually schedule their own appointment with you. Let me pull up what I have ready for you guys. So Luis and I made the decision to package this system together and share it with you guys. So I'm going to share with you the exact system that I teach inside the course. So let's jump in. When it comes to being an insurance agent, lead generation is the fuel to your business, and you never want to run out of fuel. So realistically, in today's day and age, what are your options for lead generation? Well, of course, you can do networking. You can do some grassroots marketing. The problem with these is that they are very time intensive, and they also are very unpredictable what type of results you're going to get. You've, of course, got direct mail. You've got online lead vendors. I don't have to talk very much about the cons of these. You know, they're expensive. They're oftentimes not exclusive to you. And many times the lead has no idea why you're actually contacting them. And I want you to imagine for a moment, looking at your schedule, and it is booked out with prospects that not only are already interested in what you have to offer, but most of them scheduled their own appointments with you. And that, to me, is the power behind social media advertising. You are getting in front of a lead that is already interested in what you have to offer. So when you make that contact with them, that phone appointment, or you go in person, You get to swoop in like the superhero that you are and just be helpful. You don't have to convince them that they need anything. And out of all of the platforms I've worked on, there's one specifically that I believe is absolutely best for insurance agents, and that is Meta, aka Facebook and Instagram. So in case you weren't aware, Facebook and Instagram joined forces a few years ago, and they have rebranded themselves as Meta. What I love about using Meta is specifically for insurance agents is they give you some very robust tools to have a very professional looking storefront without having to be tech savvy at all. They also allow you to very easily cross post. So you're able to take advantage of both Facebook and Instagram with just half the work. And if you do decide to jump into paid advertising, they offer some of the most specific targeting and tools available out there. So when it comes to meta advertising as an insurance agent, if you're considering jumping into it, there's something that you deserve to know. And that is, in my industry in September of 2020, it was the biggest disruptor that completely changed the way that paid advertising targeting worked across multiple platforms. This big iOS update in 2020. And basically what you need to know is it made it more difficult for platforms like Facebook to track what individuals were doing when they're off the platform. For that reason, it completely changed the type of strategy that works. So the old school strategy, and I'm talking very specifically to lead generation, you can run ads for e-commerce, for purchase, for brand awareness, video views, engagement, so forth. You can run all of these different types of ads, but I'm being very specific in talking about lead generation ads. The old strategy was you had to have a website, you had to install Pixel, you had to have custom conversion, standard events, A/B test landing pages, and so on. It was much more complicated, and you absolutely had to have a website, and you absolutely needed to know how to install different types of code and events. The good news for you guys, now this changed everything in the way that I was approaching things with clients. But now the new strategy that is working is much more straightforward and a lot more simple. They want to keep users on the platform. In other words, to have great lead generation ads on Facebook, you no longer have to have a website and install pixels and deal with landing pages. And the type of ad that is really standing out is specifically called a lead generation ad. So let me show you what a lead generation ad looks like. So we've got the campaign level. So that's all the back-end setup. You connect your assets, you set up your campaign structure, your targeting, and then you serve the individual an ad. And when they see it in their newsfeed and they click on it, it opens a form in Facebook and they're able to submit that form. So let me show you what a real life one looks like. And this just happens to be a Medicare ad. So the individual will see this ad in their newsfeed. They click on the image or the learn more button. It pops open a form that looks like this. You can ask for whatever information it is that you're looking for. Then it'll show your privacy policy. This is the one link that you have to run a compliant Facebook ad. And I show you how to create that without a website in about 3 minutes. Then they're going to see a thank you page and they have become a lead for you. So if you understand how to set up your campaign correctly, and if you understand how to set up the back end correctly, it is very realistic for you to start generating results that look like this. Now, this is a direct screenshot from the Facebook Ads Manager, and I've highlighted the amount of leads and then the overall cost per lead that this specific campaign paid. You can also see on the right-hand side, there's multiple different budgets and amounts that's spent. So it doesn't matter if your budget is really big or if it's really small, this is a system that can work for you. All right, so I'm going to show you the exact system. Well, actually, first, let's talk about that. If you want to get those types of results, you want to jump into social media paid advertising, you have 3 options. Number 1, you can learn on your own and you can stay up to date on Meta's algorithm changes. The information is out there. You can research it, you can YouTube it, you can Google it. The hard thing about that is trying to figure out what information specifically is for insurance agents and what strategies work best for your line of business. And then on top of that, you have to stay up to date on what the algorithm changes are. Number 2, you could hire an ads manager. You could hire someone like me or someone that's on my team or someone else that's experienced in ads. And the average starting price for a Facebook ads manager is $2,000 to $3,000 a month retainer. And that's not your ad spend. So you're paying $2,000 to $3,000 a month. Now, you might be able to find someone that's $1,500 a month, or maybe even $1,000 a month that's newer and starting out. But it's an investment that you have to be willing to make if you're going to have someone run your ads. Or you could just spend a little bit of time and money and learn from someone. And that's the way that I've decided to interact with insurance agents. I've realized that insurance agents are smart enough. They just need a little bit of help and a very clear step-by-step process of what they need to do in order to get these results. And then they are very easily able to manage their own ads and even make optimizations to them. And that's how the course Insurance Click to Close was created. So now I'm going to show you the exact system that's inside the course. So this is what we teach. So first of all, we start at setting up the campaign in Facebook. So that's all the back end work. I show you how to properly set up your Meta Business Suite, your Meta Business Manager, connect all of your assets, get your campaign set up. And if all of that doesn't make sense to you, it's completely okay, because I break it down step by step in the course in a very easy to follow manner. You don't have to be tech savvy at all. Then we are going to serve the individual the type of ad that I just showed you. It's called a lead generation ad. So they're going to open the form, and once they submit the form, we kind of add a next level to it. Right there on the platform, we're going to prompt the lead to schedule an appointment with you. So they're going to see something like this, where it says, you're going to have a health insurance consultation. They can scroll through while they're right there on Facebook, and they can schedule a time with you and book with you. If they don't choose to do that, it's no big deal, because a couple of really cool things happen all at once. So once they submit that form, they go into what's called the Meta Lead Center. The Meta Lead Center is a place where in under 3 minutes, you can hop in, you can download your sheet of your leads for the day, have all of their information, and be able to contact them. So that's always waiting for you. And this is where Luis adds his twist to this. He shows you how to integrate his preferred CRM. So a CRM is a customer relationship management system. It's basically a big database where you can keep all of your leads, your prospects, your customers. You can have all of them in one spot and be able to email them. Now, the one that Luis shares with you is called Agent CRM. And he does show you when you decide to use his CRM, you will easily get all of his templates imported into your system, but you can also use your own CRM or any CRM that you choose. But in this specific CRM, once the lead drops in, you can set up a new lead alert notification. So you can get a text message that tells you you have a new lead. The system will call you and tell you you have a new lead, or you can get an email. And then we create an automation of about 10 text and 10 emails prompting the individual to schedule an appointment with you. Now, when it comes to the actual workflows that you get inside the course, you get the ACA one that prompts new leads to schedule an appointment with you through a series of emails and texts. Now, if you have your own CRM, you can just copy and paste the exact template and just put it in your system yourself. But if you choose to use Luis's Agent CRM, everything that he has, more than what I'm just talking about here, will automatically be imported into your account to make it super easy. And when it comes to Medicare specific workflows, you get the warm-up series, which is prompting them to schedule an appointment. And then he shows you how to branch off based on what decision and what plan they decide to enroll in. And the best part is they're all customizable. So it's just plug and play. You put in your information in place of his. And that's the exact system that we teach you inside Insurance Click to Close. So I'm not going to go in a lot of details because I want to answer your questions, and you're going to have the information page. But I do want to touch on what's inside the course when it comes to insurance-specific strategies. So something that sets this course apart is I have an entire section that's called Advanced Marketing. And you're able to move through that section and kind of take the information in it that you need and apply it. So for example, I show you how to target individuals over 65. I show you how to set up a T65 campaign where you're targeting 64 based on their birthday. I show you how to target zip codes. I show you how to set it up if you're running one line of business like ACA to one state, or maybe you're running one line of business to multiple states, or maybe you're running 2 or 3, you're running final expense, ACA, and Medicare to multiple different states. I break it down for you step by step so that way you know how to set up your campaigns based on your goal. And if you guys decide to use the link that Christian's going to give you, I do have a surprise bonus that's inside the course. You're not going to see it on the landing page, but when you use this link, rest assured it's going to be in there. And that is an additional mini course that I normally sell separately. And it is how to get 5,000 plus page likes with less than $100 ad spend in less than 1 week. And that's exactly what it shows you how to do. So your page likes is basically social proof to new people that are interacting with you. I'm very honest. These likes, like, they're not your leads. They're not going to be your ideal customer. They're not. However, whenever you are targeting that ideal client and they click over and look at your page and they see, and this was Luis's after years of posting content, he only had 620 likes. After we ran this campaign, he has over 8,000 likes. And here's an actual screenshot from the campaign that we ran. So for just $100, you can instantly get that social proof that others trust you enough to engage with you and actually like your page. So it just kind of helps set you apart. So that's going to be included in the link that Christian's going to share with you. So we've got the total course value and the bonus value. And the reason why this course is valued so highly is because it really does teach you how to be fully self-sufficient. I love teaching you exactly, there's 350 data points in the ads manager. I break it down to 14 that you need to kind of look at, and then the 4 key ones that tell you exactly what you need to optimize. So that way, in just 30 minutes every other week, you're able to completely manage your own campaign. The investment for this course is $1,497. So that is less than what you would pay someone to manage your ads for just 1 month, plus the ad spend you're going to spend. And when you do enroll in this course, you get lifetime access. I am always updating the course. I just updated last week. I added copywriting tips and examples for Medicare and ACA specific and added that in the course. I'm always keeping it up to date. And once you're inside, you're inside. And if you're the type of person that thinks, but I'm going to need help, Shauna, like, can I just reach out? Can I get some help? I do have a membership that you are offered. It's not required, but I want to share it with you because a lot of agents enjoy it. This membership is $109 a month. However, when you enroll with this link, you will get a one-time invitation for $59 a month. And this gives you 3 live meetings where I share a presentation in 1. I've got a team member that runs it in 2, and she answers your questions. You get to be in a private Facebook group where you can ask a question at any time. And I've got 3 team members that are in there always answering questions. So if this is something that you think you're going to need help with, it's here for you. But again, it's not required. The purpose of this course is to make you fully self-sufficient. So let me show you what you're going to do if you guys want to get started right now. You can use this QR code, or you can use the link that Christian will be sharing with you right now. And when you use that specific link, it's going to take you to the information page. And I want you to scroll through the information page, take a look at the testimonies, take a look at the actual results. And if you decide this is the right course for you, you can click on the Enroll Now button. It's going to take you to a secure checkout page, and you will be inside the course. And then you can get started creating campaigns and getting results like these. So now I'm more than happy to take any questions that you guys have and talk about anything that you want to talk about when it comes to digital marketing.
Yeah, and guys, watch for that link. So Angel on my team, she dropped it in the chat, I believe. So if look for that link. We're live streaming in a couple different groups, so I'm just going to quickly make sure that it's available in every group that we're live streaming in. But make sure to drop any questions that you have for Shauna down in the comments, because we'll be able to see them, and we'll be able to Shauna will be able to spend some time answering your questions and just providing some really good information for you guys. And while we're waiting for some questions, I just wanted to say one more thing. I've been through a lot of Facebook courses. I can say that I can't think of anybody that makes it simpler than Shauna does. You know, and not to say that it's not high level information, because it's incredibly high level information, but she presents it in such a way that really makes it easy to understand. It's almost like a Medicare agent doing a presentation for a client, and they're making it easy to understand, and they're presenting it in a way to where they know exactly what they need to do. They know what their options are, but it's in a digestible way, right? It's not overload of information from the standpoint that it's hard to follow along. I've seen a lot of courses like that. So, and that's why we're endorsing it for the group for you guys. That's why we're, kind of putting everything, out for you guys and doing this training today, because I think it's really, really good value.
Thank you, Christian. I appreciate you saying that. I do genuinely care about your success, and I do take it very personally to make sure that the course is up to date, that it's easy to follow, that you have the information that you need. So I appreciate you saying that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And looks like we do have a couple of questions. So let me just get to these real quickly. Okay, so it looks like Russ asked, I'm considering paying a company like Secure Agent Marketing, for example, to administer my Facebook ads campaign. If I were to do it myself using your course, how much time should I expect to spend each month?
How much time? So the issue that I see, because there's lots of companies out there that will set up your campaign for you. Here's the deal. Facebook is always changing. If someone sets up your campaign for you, you don't know how to control that campaign. I want you to be empowered so that way you understand what's happening. Now, I do offer discounted opportunities for you to have one of my team members set up your campaign, but I only do that for you after you've gone through the course. Because the point is, if you decide, okay, I understand it, I just want to manage it, but I don't want to create this, that's fine. I've had very few agents take advantage of that because this course does empower you to fully take control. So after you get through the very beginning and you actually, I would say you could get a live ad up in 48 hours, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. I would say you should probably give yourself about a week to move through the content so that way you can absorb it and then launch your first ad. Then I would say after that, 30 minutes once a week in the beginning, because you have to let the ad run to get data. This is actually the hardest part of running your own ads, is you have to put it out there and not touch it. About 30 minutes once a week for you to kind of check in on it at most. And then once it's actually running, it's going to go from 30 minutes every other week to 30 minutes a month, where you just kind of have to take a peek at it. I teach you guys how to set up something that's called dynamic ads. So this is kind of a next level type of ad. It's easy to implement if you know how to do it. And that's where you give Facebook multiple different ad copies and multiple different images, and then they mix and match the assets to create the ideal ad for each individual. It gives them more creative power, which they like, which will typically bring your CPM, the amount that you're spending for them to serve your ads, down. And it also allows you to, once you get an ad that's up and running, you don't have to touch it for a very, very long time.
Awesome. That's a great answer. That question, so kind of a similar question, but a little different. So I'll still read it off. Was asked, how much time should I expect the course to take to complete?
Well, the course is several hours long if you watch it straight through. However, not all of it is applicable to you. So you'll move through setting up the back end of the course of your actual account. You need to do that one time. And then you'll move through setting up the campaign. And then the advanced marketing section is so thorough, you're not going to need every single video that's inside of it. So realistically, you can absolutely move through the CRM content in one day and then my content in one day. But I would say it would be probably a little bit better if you gave yourself like 30 minutes to an hour and gave yourself like 5 days to actually move through the content and piece it together so that way you fully understand it. Was that your experience with it, Christian, moving through it?
Yeah. I think you hit it right on the head, at least for me. There were certain things that were probably more prominent to me than others. I tried to go through everything because, you never know what's going to be mentioned in a video, but, I think that hit it right on the head. Let's see. So Jen, who works with me, she asked a good question. So she said, can this count towards co-op expense? Okay. So the course cost wouldn't. I mean, I don't see any way we could get that approved, like the cost of the course. But if you mean like by running your ads with your ad spend, could it count towards co-op? Yeah, we could do that. I'm sure we could, as long as we can get as long as we can go back and show the ad copy and get it approved with compliance and everything like that, and the wording is correct and everything like that, we could certainly get the ad spend co-opt, but we probably couldn't. We probably couldn't get the cost of the course co-op. That'd be nice, but let's see. What other questions do you have, guys? Throw them in the chat. And while we're waiting for some more to pop up, so Shauna, I have a question for you that might be interesting for the audience. So with your course, what was your focus? Because I feel like a focus that you had was taking a really high level topic for a lot of agents and making it as digestible as possible. What were you really concentrating on with that? Like, what were some ways that you pulled that off?
I wanted to break it down. I know Facebook ads can be extremely daunting. And I'll be honest, when I first started looking at creating this course, I did look at, there's multiple different Facebook ad courses that you can white label that I know are good. And they were just not step-by-step enough for an insurance agent to actually be able to follow through and apply it specifically for insurance lead generation ads. And so I work in a very linear, detailed manner. And I just tried to take the time and move through making the course step-by-step. And then when we first launched this course, which was in September, I believe, of 2020, we did a very soft closed launch, and we only allowed 15 insurance agents in, I believe, 15 or 20. And then for 6 weeks, I had a meeting with I had a group meeting every single week. So that way I could help them out. I could hear what parts were missing, and I could get real-time feedback. And luckily, the only feedback I got was there was an additional metric that I was like, oh, I didn't think, I was trying to keep it simple, but here's another KPI that insurance agents need to know in order to really dig in and see what they need to optimize. So I made that adjustment. And then it's actually from that, because all of them asked me to keep having meetings, that I formulated the membership. I have one guy that is specific running Medicare ads to Connecticut, and he's been getting leads. He started at about $9. He's getting them for like $4.50. And he's a part of the membership because he just likes having me there. I know, $4.50.
That's pretty great.
Now, something that I like to share is I work off of only honesty and integrity. I'm not for putting a bait and switch ad out there. And what I'm meaning by that is I actually spoke at an insurance conference recently, and I had a guy that wanted me to do a Facebook ad audit where we spend an hour together. I go through, I take a look at his campaign and make suggestions. He was getting Medicare leads for $1.77. And I said, listen, dude, I cannot get your cost per lead under $1.77. Like, I don't know what witchery you're running, but like, you need to just leave it alone. And he kept pushing. He's like, no, I really want a Facebook ad audit. So I got in there and took a look, and he had another company set up his campaign for him. So he didn't really know how to manage it. And his metrics looked awesome. And when we got down to the nitty gritty, the problem was he was only running one version of the ad, and it was kind of a bait and switch. It was all about, see what new government funding you qualify for, see what subsidy you might qualify for, see the government funding that is new for your state, was the message. So he was getting thousands of Medicare leads, and out of 3,000, he said maybe 50 of them will talk to him, and then maybe 25 were interested in actually getting Medicare. So he was more than happy to make changes, and I was like, this is going to bring your cost per lead up. I don't advertise this 77-cent lead. I know there's a course out there that says that, or under $2 leads, because I'm straightforward. I'd rather you pay a little bit more money and get someone that's going to convert and then is going to stay as a lifetime client.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's always been our focus, and I've always told people that I've talked to about ads is like, I'd rather pay a little bit more and get a little bit more of an intent there. But still, $5 in great intent is incredible. So that's great. I had another question for you, Shauna. I think and there's another question in the chat, but I had one that I think would be interesting to kind of to hear your thoughts on. So you mentioned companies that can run the ads for somebody, right? I've always been a big advocate for agents to learn how to do it themselves. I've always told people I think that's what I'd recommend, That's what I think is going to be the best thing for their career, and just having that power in their hands where they have the control, right? Talk about why it matters so much for an agent to learn it themselves. Because it's that I would look at it as kind of like the easy way out to try to have somebody do it for you, but really it's probably not the best thing for you long term because they hold all the cards.
This is very true. So, two ways that I think it's important for you to at least understand it. First of all, I teach you how to set up the back end of your account properly. And I cannot tell you how many newbie Facebook ad managers have accidentally set up their client's account where they then own their client's assets. All it takes is for me to put in my business manager that I own your page, and you accidentally say, give me access, and now you never will own your page again. You have to completely start over if you ever leave with that agency. It's very important that you own your asset, and I just request access. It's the click of different button. So I want you to set up your backend properly so you're fully in control. And then if you do decide to bring in an agency, you've blown up and you're ready just to pay someone and not think about it, you know how to properly add them to your assets and also remove them if you decide it's not working out. The other thing that's so important is there are so many different metrics in the Facebook Ads Manager. And when you know which ones to look at, you can actually see exactly what's going on with your ad. You can see my CPM is high. The CPM is how much Facebook charges you to get in front of 1,000 people. And you can go, oh, my CPM is $50. That's higher than it normally is. So of course my cost per lead is going to go up. That's just how much Facebook is charging me today because other advertisers are also trying to target this bucket. Do I want to change my targeting to bring my CPM down, or do I just want to deal with it because I'm okay with my cost, because I'm okay with the quality of leads that I'm getting? You can look at your link click-through rate, and that tells you if your ad creative is actually getting the clicks and the interest that it needs. You can look at your form conversion rate to see if the ad copy with the actual form has enough synergy. So there's lots of different elements that you're able to decipher on your own that is not hard. If you can't tell from my little presentation, I'm a very visual person. So I have in the course not only the video, but then I write things out for you, and then I give you downloadable images that literally breaks things down from here's a complicated thing, but I look at it as a tree. This is the trunk. This is the stem. This is the leaves. I break it down in an easy to understand process. So if you do outsource your ads, then you can go, hey, my link click-through rate is under 1%. Like, can we get that up? Like, you'll know exactly how to manage them and exactly what's going on.
I love it. I love it. I think that's great. Another question that popped up into the chat here was, I jumped on late. After I pay and watch the course, what type of support is available for follow-up questions and implementation? I think you already touched on that, but maybe just in case anybody jumped on later.
Yeah, absolutely. So the course is set up for you to be fully self-sufficient, but it's very normal to run into little hiccups and have questions. And so to get real human support, I do have a membership. And in this membership, you're in a private Facebook group where it's Monday through Friday. I'll be honest, I'm checking it on the weekends, but I don't like advertise that because Monday through Friday, we have 3 team members, myself, and then 2 team members that are specifically focusing on insurance ads are in there answering questions. And we'll respond with a video. If you send us something and we're like, here's the answer. We also have, in the course page, it says 2 live mentor meetings, but we've just upgraded to 3. So we've got 2 meetings that are with my ads coach that you can hop in, ask a question, share a screen, be told exactly what you need to do to make optimizations or fix things. And then we also have a masterclass with myself where I share ongoing information and teach you how to really grow your digital marketing game. So that's there for you. It's $109 a month, but when you enroll with Christian's link, right after you enroll, you're going to be invited to join the membership for $59 a month. Now, I also have other opportunities where you can get a one-on-one call with a team member. You can have someone set up the back end. If you're like, I don't want to set up the back end, and you get discount codes for that for being enrolled in the course. It's not something I really push. It's available to you because I've had a few agents want that, but most of them are very happy with the membership and then also just the course in and of itself.
Guys, any other questions you have for Shauna, drop them in the chat. I have one more for you, Shauna, just kind of curious on your take on it. So when I first got started running Facebook ads for myself, it was probably 5 or 6 years ago. And at the time, I was doing really well with lead generation ads. We started seeing that the ads were starting to get disabled a bunch, right? Over that period of time, they were getting flagged very easily. And so we switched over to conversion ads, right? Pushing things to a landing page and that kind of thing. My observation, and I'm just wondering if this is accurate or not, it seems like there's less flags being thrown, if you will. There's just less of lead generation ads being flagged as easily as maybe they were back in the day, and that's kind of seen maybe part of the resurgence of the lead generation ads. Would you say that's accurate at all?
I would say I think that the bot and the algorithm is getting smarter by the day, which is the point. They're very strict on, and this is something with like an ACA for this most recent open enrollment period, you couldn't say Obamacare. In the past, you could, but now Obamacare is triggering that it's a political ad. So they don't want you to run political ads unless you've got approval. Housing opportunities. So if you're running some sort of life insurance, or you mentioned house or that type of thing. So you've got to be careful on that. Job opportunities. Those are the three things that they're pretty, and also I guess the fourth one would be if it's like a financially freedom, get rich quick type scheme. So as long as you're safe in your language, they have gotten better about not taking those. But if it does happen, I do have in the course exactly how to troubleshoot that. But the great thing is that I push for more, specifically ACA or Medicare. You're not so much pushing the thing. Like, yes, sometimes you're like, hey, I have health insurance. Do you want to get it? But it's more about pushing the pain point that you're solving for the individual. You're not convincing them to enroll into anything through an ad. You're convincing them to take a step to speak to you, so that way you can remove the overwhelm, the frustration. You can give them personalized guidance, and you're going to help them find the most affordable plan that has the most coverage. So we're just pushing them to take that next step. So it's very easy to run a compliant ad. And yes, the lead generation ad format has been around for a while, but it's only, I would say, it was a big no-no when I was running ads in 2015, 2016. It was like, oh no, those are low quality leads. You want to run conversion ads. But they have really ramped that up because they want to keep the user on the platform so they can track what's going on. So they've come a long way. So I'm very happy to say that I think it's a very reliable tool.
That's great. That's great. And I think it just makes it so much easier for the average agent too, because like you said earlier, they don't have to make a landing page. They don't have to install their pixel. They don't have to, that's probably some of the things I would say that have been some of the most difficult things for agents to learn. So this is a much easier way, and it's working really well. Let's see. Any other questions, guys? I don't think we have any other ones. Shauna, if anybody watches this and they want to follow you somewhere, is there a good place that they can do that? Is it on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook page, anything like that?
I do. I have Making Social Waves on Instagram. And I'm going to be totally honest with you, Christian. I need to up my own social media game because I have been so busy running other client social media ads that I will start posting more tips, especially in this specific niche, because as I've come into it, I've found out that I actually really enjoy it. Honestly, I've ran lead generation for ads, for attorneys, and then for coaches and life coaches or that have courses. And I really enjoy this space because I've really enjoyed working with insurance agents. I loved seeing how it has completely transformed individuals' businesses. And it makes me really happy because I really do care about your success. And so, yeah, I'm enjoying the space a lot more than I thought I would.
Well, I love it. I love it. Well, thank you for taking the time today. I want to be respectful of your time, but thank you for jumping on, sharing all this information that you did. It was great. Guys, if you haven't already, check out the link. I think it was dropped a few times in the chat now. And if you're having trouble with Facebook ads or you have an interest in learning how to run Facebook ads, this course is as good as any that I've seen, and it's tailored to insurance agents for Medicare, ACA. So it's great for that. Shauna does a great job presenting the information, as does Luis. So Shauna, thanks so much. This was great.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. And I hope to see you guys.
All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you catch this on the replay on YouTube, because it will go on YouTube, like, subscribe, all that stuff. If you're watching live right now and you're not subscribed to the channel, what you doing? What's wrong with you? Go subscribe to the channel. But and we'll catch you guys later. Thanks for tuning in, and hope you guys have a great rest of your week.